Good morning, welcome to SouthernCrossGO. Now this is the August update of things that are going on around Bali for August 2026. So let's get on with it. So this month we had a ferry incident. 5 people have been found dead and 41 are missing after an Indonesian ferry carrying at least 250 people caught fire while at sea. The captain of the ship reported the fire off Madura Island as the vessel sailed from the country's second largest city, Surabaya in East Java, to Makassar in Sulawesi. Wow, that's not good news, is it? Now, I haven't heard any updates on this and actually what the final death toll and all that was. But a little bit of news happened right in the beginning of August. Now, a Malaysian pilot was arrested after arriving in Jakarta, allegedly carrying more than 700,000 ecstasy tablets, weighing in at 26 kilos inside his luggage. Geez, I thought I suppose they do. They check pilots and cabin crew just like anyone else. Reports say that the pilot was caught during a security check at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport in Jakarta, and the officers found a suspicious bag. He allegedly received around 50,000 RM, Malaysian dollars, to deliver the illegal package, and reportedly admitted he had done similar deliveries 3 times for the same syndicate. Indonesian authorities are investigating the case, and under Indonesia's strict drug laws, large-scale trafficking can carry the death penalty. From flying passengers to facing a possible life-changing punishment, this case serves as a serious warning about the dangers of getting involved with drug syndicates. That's right, geez. I wonder, he says he's done it twice before. I wonder how many times he's really done it. Anyway, a bit of news from a Malaysian pilot flying into Indonesia. And just another drug story. You know, every month now there's just drug stories. Don't these people know the consequences of bringing drugs or using drugs in Indonesia? You know, 2 foreigners allegedly tried to smuggle 10 kilograms of marijuana into Bali by posing as a family. The pair of foreign nationals from India have been arrested after allegedly attempting to smuggle more than 10 kilograms of marijuana through Bali's Gusti Ngurah Rai International Airport, using what authorities describe as a family holiday disguise. Custom officers became suspicious after the pair arrived on a flight from Koh Samui via Singapore. Geez, they should, just pot's sort of legal. There's pot shops everywhere in Thailand. They're checking everyone that comes from Thailand, you know what I mean? These people are so stupid. An X-ray inspection of their luggage revealed food and toy boxes concealing 100 vacuum-sealed packages of marijuana weighing a total of 10.11 kilograms. Wow. The drug's valued at around 3.3 billion. Geez, that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? That's $300,000. Were immediately seized. Authorities estimate the bus must have prevented more than 2,000 people from being exposed to illegal narcotics. Investigators say the 2 suspects, identified as AR and PC, were not husband and wife, but acting like they were as they come through customs. Police are now working to determine whether the drugs were intended for distribution in Bali or being transported to another destination. Another couple of fools. Now, a Perth father has been killed in a tragic Bali accident. A dream holiday has ended in an unimaginable heartbreak after Perth father Andy Stokes was killed in a devastating crash in Denpasar, Bali. Andy and his wife, Julianne, were travelling with a long-time Balinese friend when their vehicle crashed into a concrete barrier and a lamppost on Saturday evening. All 3 were wearing seatbelts and were taken to hospital, but Andy sadly passed away. Julianne has since been flown back to Perth, where she's recovering from multiple serious injuries, including broken ribs, fractures to her feet and back, a broken sternum and shoulder. Well, that's not good news, is it, eh? Speaking from the hospital, she recalled having her husband call out to the driver moments before the crash. I was yelling at him, but there was no response, she said. The family has launched a GoFundMe campaign to help with Julianne's recovery and the cost of bringing Andy home to Australia. Another instance, I suppose, of people not having insurance. Anyway, sad news, yes. Police have raided the Banana Men's Spa at Jalandhru Paddy in Seminyak Kuta on Monday 27th of July so it was late July this happened, at 10:30 p.m. The spa, operating within Bali's sizable pink economy catering for LGBT travellers, is suspected by police of providing male prostitution services, a venue for crimes against public decency and illicit sexual activities. During the police raid, 5 spa members were taken into custody and various pieces of evidence were seized, including electronic transaction devices, administrative documents, transaction records, mobile phones, promotional material and cash. The 5 spa employees are currently listed as witnesses. Police are now actively seeking the spa owner, identified only by the initials AC, for questioning. The owner reportedly fled the scene during the police raid. To date, the spa owner is still being sought. The duration of the spa's operation is still being investigated. Wow, a gay prostitution ring in Bali in a massage parlour. All right. Another story from a Perth man who's sadly died after this. The Perth father remains in critical condition. This was written before he died, obviously, after an alleged assault while holidaying on the Indonesian island left him with devastating injuries. Paul Dugan has reportedly spent 10 days in intensive care before he died, where he remained sedated after the injuries. According to his son Liam, Paul suffered extensive injuries during the attack, 10 broken ribs and severe internal bleeding. Doctors were forced to remove his spleen as part of the emergency treatment. Now apparently this was a group of Australian tourists that actually did this to him, but they've fled and they apparently haven't caught him. But really, really sad news, you know, like there's so many people that fighting in bars and getting drunk. It might be all right in Australia when you come on holidays. You know, relax, mate. That's what you're here for. Relax, you know, have a good time. Don't just go out getting drunk and want to fight people, you know. Anyway, very, very sad news. All right, so here's a bit of an odd story. Another Australian in the news. Australian tourist wanted after an alleged public indecency incident in Bali. Police in Bali have launched a search for an Australian tourist after he was allegedly caught engaging in a sexual act with a woman outside a private home in North Kuta. The incident reportedly happened around 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. Homeowner returned to a property from prayer and discovered the pair in her yard. According to police, the homeowner shouted at them to stop. They allegedly continued before she returned inside and contacted the authorities. CCTV reportedly captured the incident, which lasted around 15 minutes before the pair were seen casually walking away. North Kuta Police Chief said he had identified an Australian man and were continuing their search in coordination with the immigration authorities. Police said the incident had caused concern with the local community. A Balinese tradition, public sexual activity is also believed to bring negative energy to the home, and the homeowner carried out a special Hindu ceremony to cleanse the property. Authorities said firm action could be taken under Indonesian national law or local customary law. Right, so yes, apparently it was all. I've actually seen the footage. It's a bit blurred out, but I can't put that on. So anyway, yeah, not good. If you're going to do it, go to your motel room. Don't have to do it in someone's backyard. Anyway, and if you remember back around Nippy, there was a Swiss tourist that was posting things on Instagram. He was very disrespectful about Nippy. He was out in public. He was filming it. He was saying, bugger the Balinese, you know, I'll go and do what I want and all that. He's been sentenced to 1 year in prison over that Nippy social media post. So see, as soon as something goes viral, and the immigration and the law here, they're watching everything. They're watching all the YouTube, they're watching all the Instagram, they're watching people advertise and catching people not working and without visas and that. So be very careful if you're an influencer or a digital nomad or whatever you want to call yourself, and what you post, because if it goes viral, they'll follow through, and otherwise they're watching anyway. So That's good. He got a year. He was very disrespectful, and he'll be deported after his year's jail, I suppose, and that'll be the end of that. Every year it seems to happen at Nippy. Yes, someone last year it was an American, this year it's a Swiss guy. You know. Another drug story in Bali. A US woman faces 18 months in prison after bringing cannabis into Bali. She was 38 years old. She was arrested at customs, and in her luggage they found 36.7 grams of cannabis in 2 packages along with metal grinder and rolling papers. Prosecutors said Parks admitted the cannabis was for personal use and she had no connection to any international or domestic drug network. Her medical history included cannabis use disorder, and severe depression was also considered as a mitigating factor. Anyway, she's been caught and she'll be sentenced and then deported. Yeah. Another story. Even if you're on medical marijuana, you can't bring it into the country. And any drug is classed as a narcotic, as a class 1 narcotic, you know, so it doesn't matter what it is. It's very severe. Don't do it. Another story from immigration. So 2 foreign nationals have been detained in Bali over visa overstays. They're right onto it these days. They've got a little task force going around. They know when you've overstayed. It's on the books. It's on the records. And they'll go looking for you. And they've been caught, apparently, and they will be deported. One had overstayed 34 days and the other one had overstayed 84 days. There was a Norwegian and a German ladies. So anyway, don't overstay. Go to immigration first and try and work it out before your visa runs out. Their excuse was they didn't have the money to leave. Or how do they live here if they've got no money to leave even? So anyway, yeah, good work, immigration. Minor stories of things going on around Bali, and I'll see you next month in September for the monthly news report. Anyway, if you like this sort of stuff, leave it in the comments. If you want me to stop or don't like it, leave it in the comments. Anyway, I'll see you next month.